And just like that, we're down to our last day of 2025. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and rocking with us on this New Year's Eve. It is literally New Year's Eve. This episode's airing, and a lot of other shows are airing. It so happens that our episode falls on New Year's Eve, and so many shows are out there today. The Ryan Seacrest, Andy and
Anderson.
yes, the AAAs. So many shows, but thank you guys for tuning in and peeking in. We're glad to be amongst so many great shows tonight. But how are you feeling on this last day of the year?
I'm happy that the year is ending, and I'm glad that like it's always like a reset button. But I loved this year, 2025. A lot of people are saying like, "Oh, it was terrible. Oh my god, like I can't wait for it to be over." I couldn't wait for like the holidays to be over, but I love this year. This year was good to me. There was a
Great.
little bit of hiccups. I will say there were some hiccups, but I did not let that shit defeat me. And to add, even it's crazy. I think I told you this last episode, but like I literally prayed from January 1st of 2025 all the way to the summer till August. God, please don't make me sick. Don't make me sick. And I didn't get sick until August, what, 6th? Yeah, August 6th, right before we traveled to Puerto Rico. But anyway,
And then you
enough
got
of
sick me a lot. It's like you got
that.
sick in that thing, and then you continue getting sick throughout the fall.
No, you know what? I have a theory. And I was like listening to this podcast. When you are in a stressful situation or a relationship that's not meant for you, or a position in your life that's not meant for you, your body, how do you say rechaza? Like in English, it
Right.
rejects it. Yeah. Your body rejects it. You get sick. You can lose hair. That was literally everything that was happening to me. So now hindsight is 2020. And I think that that was it because ever since then, ever since after October, baby, I haven't been sick. Thank you, God.
um, no, listen, it's been a great 2025 for me. I think it just started. The fact that we went to Puerto Rico last year towards the end of the year, we did not ring in the New Year in Puerto Rico, although we should have, like many people told us. Um,
Yeah.
there was just something about us ending it in Puerto Rico that it was an it was a joke. It was a feeling that carried into 2025.
Yeah.
And I think from Bad Bunny dropping his album, yes, we're gonna give
Mhm.
credit to Bad Bunny. From him dropping his album on Three Kings Days, like mere days into 2025, um, us scoring you, Miss what is
I'm,
it?
I got
Madam
the golden ticket.
Madame Web, scoring us the tickets for the fucking show that like 6 months ahead. So we were secured, booked, and delivered, and something to look forward to. We just really went into it like
Yeah.
manifesting and speaking how we wanted it to be a great year. Both of us for different reasons. Me last year, I was obviously going through something in a relationship with this year. I was mostly single, and going into this year, I strive for peace. You know what I mean? I strive for
Right.
peace. I got it. I got it. And it was a great year. It was such a great year. A year of growth, a year being by myself for a little bit. I think it was important to be by myself for a little bit and needed. Um, I had too much fun.
Yeah. We know. I personally felt that me always usually being the single one and the one that doesn't want commitments, having a summer fling was fun. Now back to business. No, but like honestly, I did realize something. I had a conversation with my uncle this weekend, and he mentioned that the at the top of the year, obviously he had his kidney transplant in December, like the first week of December. Yeah, December 2nd. Britney Spears' birthday of last year of 2024. So that rolled over, and I forget the hospital visits. I was literally in and out of the hospital at the top of this year. I don't know if you remember, but I kept saying to you, to my brother, I'm like, yo, I'm freaking burned out. I'm so exhausted. I'm going from working and running around in the city to then going to the hospital and spending a couple hours. Like, I had that huge responsibility. And like now that I look back, I don't regret it. I feel like I had to go through that stuff, and like I wouldn't change that for the world. Like I would never complain for doing something for my family, but I feel like I had to go through that to enjoy my summer.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember that. Now it's funny how you're mentioning that now, and I'm like, wow, that felt like, in the words of Hilary Duff, so yesterday. But
Yeah, it felt when he was talking about it, he's like, you know, you made a big commitment coming and going, and like you could have gotten sick being in and out of those like wards and stuff. And I would always go, but yeah, now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, I did a lot of running around this year, and I wouldn't change it. But again, I look forward to next year because I feel like this year was like a stepping stone of what I want my life to look like.
yeah, and I think also yeah, I had the word. You not being is not the service. You being, oh, I had the word when you're basically there for someone. Damn, there was a good word for it. But anyways, I think,
Servicial,
what is it?
servicial, like you said, of
Yes, I
service.
guess yes. I was trying. There was a word in English that I almost had, but it like slipped my mind. But yes, that word. Um, and I think God also blessed you this year in other ways, especially career wise. You know,
Mm,
sometimes we may not see the direct blessings, like okay, you being there for your uncle, and then other great things happening, and you may not correlate the two, but blessings come in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah,
think.
I forgot that I even got promoted this year. Like
Mhm.
you know, I'm so career focused that I don't even see it sometimes. Like I don't really celebrate my accolades in that way, but this year, like I officially got the title and officially signed my contract and stuff. About damn time. But at the same time, it was just more so like I'm the type of person that like I already set myself to think and act like something I want. So when I do get it, it's not like a big transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's manifesting. It's manifesting and acting like, or putting yourself in that mentality that you already have what you want.
Yeah.
So, but listen, we're here New Year's Eve. Last week was Christmas Eve. I like the way that it all felt this year.
You do in the middle of the week? I don't
Well,
That's so weird.
time off wise, I do think it was whack that I still have to go to work Monday, Tuesday, but time off wise, it kind of worked. We haven't had, especially since I've been in this position, we haven't had a time off no more than a week. This is the first time it's like almost 2 weeks. So
Lucky
I'm
you. I would love to work for the Board of Ed. Actually, no, I wouldn't. But no, not
I
me.
am living for it. But last week was Christmas. How was you know, we're obviously here for New Year, celebrating New Year's, but how was your Christmas real quick? Let's touch on that and how your Christmas was.
So this year Christmas was different because I wasn't in an island drinking and eating. Um Christmas was very quiet for me. I spent it with my uncle. We like cooked, listened to a lot of Dominican Christmas music, like throwback merengue and stuff, and then we watched movies. I finally saw Home Alone in its full entirety.
Part two
I,
or one?
part 1. Part 2 is the good one, but part 1, um, I finally saw it, eh, just as I remember, bits and pieces that I remembered. It was cute. I always, you know what's funny, and I'm not trying to hate on Macaulay Culkin. He's a weird looking white boy. Like he was always,
Cute little white boy.
mm, I guess he's weird looking to me. You know who's a cute, adorable white boy? Dennis the Menace.
Ew.
He was adorable. What are you talking about? But no, Christmas for me was fine. The weather was not that great, but
Yeah, Christmas. I was well. We spent Christmas Eve. We spent some time Christmas Eve together, which
We
was nice.
did.
I
That
enjoyed that. And honestly, the city, I'm
was
glad I
nice.
went out. Honestly, although Trader Joe's was closed, I didn't make Trader Joe's like I had planned. There was some things that I had planned, and I'm like, fuck, I forgot it's Christmas Eve, like time and stuff. But all in all, I'm still glad that I went to the city because there was like I don't know. There was like an air or one. There was like an air in the city. Like one, you felt it was Christmas. It was dead. I know you said that maybe at certain parts it was packed, but like the typical areas, like
Yeah,
the hustle bustle, go go go, was like very slow. Like
right.
no one, and it just felt nice. I really felt, as corny as it sounds, very Sex in the City, very Spice Girls 2 Become One music video, walking through the city like.
Oh my God. No, I think that the only area that was like obviously packed and busy and bustling was probably Rockefeller Center because of the tree. But any other areas and neighborhoods in Manhattan were probably like dead. Um
The trains. The restaurant we went to was nice on Christmas Eve. It was cute. And then we both went home. We went home. I waited for my significant other to show up Christmas after work, and I did something different this year. I did brunch, a Christmas brunch. I either cook for Christmas or don't cook because we're traveling or I'm traveling. Um, but this year I cooked a Christmas brunch. It was
so
different.
what does a Christmas brunch entail?
So Christmas brunch, obviously, I say brunch because there was chicken involved. So I had chicken, waffles, protein, protein, yeah, protein waffles, chicken, like I said, bacon, fruits, eggs, biscuits.
I saw biscuits. They look very Popeyes-esque.
No, not those biscuits. Those were Pillsbury though biscuits that I see
Pillsbury,
rise with my own eyes. No, not the biscuits, not the biscuits.
not the salty biscuits. I love that though.
But yeah, and it was
That's
chill. Then
cool.
he had to go to work. So then, honestly, it was nice spending that the first half of the day with someone. But then, honest to God, I was really happy also having me time the rest of the day. Like I literally watch like cartoons. I watch. I think I told you I was watching Frosty the Snowman. I watched Grandmother's House We Go with Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. I haven't seen that movie in years.
Yeah.
And thank God I was about to rent it.
Mm.
And I'm like, something told me, go to YouTube TV and search. And
You're welcome.
I say to myself, $4.99. Okay.
YouTube TV, you got to start using it more. There's a lot of movies in there.
It was a good, chill Christmas, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I enjoyed it.
So my Christmas was not supposed to be here. I had plans, but what is it what is that expression? You plan and God laughs?
Mm-hmm.
Literally. But I'm so thankful, one, that I was even able to celebrate Christmas with family, and two, I felt guilt last year that I was away during Christmas because obviously I wasn't around, and like there was even an incident that happened. I don't think you remember, but like during us being in Puerto Rico, like I had to do some family emergency type shit last year. So me being here actually kind of felt good for once, and the fact that it wasn't like really crazy and like a bunch of people outside and stuff wasn't that bad. I will say Christmas Eve though, I didn't go to sleep till like 4 a.m. because there was literally a block party, and they were playing music and like listening to good music. I was fine. I was like laid up and I was like dancing around to it because the music that they were playing was good, and like you could smell the pernil and the food that they were making.
For the people who don't know, non-Spanish people, the 24th for us Hispanics, especially Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, is when we celebrate it.
Yeah, it's called Noche Buena.
Into the next day is when the party is, and basically the very next day is just you're nursing your hangover, you're just lounging around,
Hmm.
eating leftovers, or
Yeah.
maybe still partying, depending if your name is Pancho. But because there's still some people that be partying into the very next day. But yeah, we celebrate the night before.
Yeah. I love Noche Buena. I think that it's tradition to obviously turn up the day before Christmas. Christmas is for the children, for me. Like Christmas is supposed to be more of like you chill, you don't do too much. You could even go to church that day if you want to. Like you nurse your hangover, but the Christmas Eve, that's when it's lit. But
Well,
yeah.
all in all, it was a good Christmas this year. For New Year's, I had to, you guys seeing us here right now, but I had to. I'm gonna be like Superman if shoom, after the show, and I'll be in another state. Because for me, it's not shitting on New York, and I had to say this or explain this to anyone I shared this with about not wanting. There's something about me not wanting to be here this year for New Year's, but it's not shitting in New York. It's just there was something in my being, and honest to God, this is since September.
Yeah.
Since September, since I see my school schedule and my days off, this is when we came back from Miami because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, Charlie, you are crazy. You just got back from a trip and you're already planning. You're going to Montreal in October and you're already thinking about fucking New Year's. And your birthday, you should be. And this is when, remember in September, I was also saying my birthday too.
Yeah.
My mind and all these fucking trips, but I knew it. I knew since September I did not want to be in New York for New Year's. I don't know why. The last few years I've been in New York, and I believe the last time I've ever traveled for New Year's was New Year's 2017 into 18 when I went to
Mhm.
Miami. I haven't traveled for New Year's since. I've either been in Rhode Island or here in New York.
I don't think I've traveled for a New Year. I
Remember,
don't recall.
you used to come to Rhode Island. You came to Rhode Island like 2 New Years, I think. Or
Yeah.
year
Yeah. Going to Rhode Island. I think it was 2018.
when we rode in the ice box.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was 2018 to
that was
2019.
okay. So yeah, so when I went to Miami, it must have been 17 into 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind staying in New York as long as I'm doing something, but like I feel like this year I've done so much that I am perfectly fine with having a chill New Year and not going out, not doing much, watching the ball drop, watching Andy and Anderson on CNN. Like I really don't care. Now, best believe maybe next year I am going to be somewhere for Christmas and extend it all the way till after New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying. Like we learned our lesson. This is like the what is it? The bench press, I guess. No, this is like the standard I of traveling.
Yeah,
I'm not going.
it would be nice to be. Well, again, I'm going to be somewhere else in another state, but it would be nice to be somewhere warm
Mm,
here for New Year.
yeah.
Like the destinations that we always hear about, the Puerto Vallartas,
I thought about Miami because it's like right there. Like Florida would have been the easy
ideal, the easy,
idea.
but their
But the
price.
prices to hang out, no.
Yeah,
Please,
and
please.
that's how you know the prices are tripping. When we're both saying it at the same time in sync, they were tripping. It is not worth it. I'm like, I'll hop my ass over to another cold state,
Yeah.
but
No.
no, 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 thank you. I'll wait till February to feel the sun burn through my skin. But um, speaking of things ending as the year is coming to an end, this year has brought a lot of like when you think about it, big things ending. And someone going into a monumental birthday this coming year, it's starting to feel like, damn, I'm aging along with the things that I used to know, if that makes
Mm,
any sense. And that's a trip when you see the things that used to know nostalgia and it's coming to an end or changing in some ways. It's a little trip. I
right.
don't know about for you, but it could be a little trip where you really like get deep and think about it like, damn.
I mean, I don't try to see it that way and be like, oh my God, oh, aging. I think aging is beautiful. I think the opportunity to age is something that not a lot of people get.
Well, not necessarily aging, the changes, like
Or
everything
changes,
changing
yeah.
around us.
The changes around us, I mean, that's inevitable. I
So,
feel,
for example, some of the things ending this year in 2025, the Metro card.
yeah.
I'm actually putting it in my journal. Funny enough, one of my coworkers gave me back in November a 30-day Metro card. She's like, "You take the train, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Do you want this?" And I'm like, "Sure." So literally, my last Metro card was a gift, and it was a 30-day.
That's nice.
Thank you, Miss Brown. Shout out to Miss Brown. And I'm definitely putting it in my journal. I'm gonna put it in my journal because it is going away. Like it's going away. This is gonna be like
So we feel so crazy. We feel like that is like monumental, and it is. But at the same time, we have to think about the people before us. Like my parents and my uncle even said it. Like y'all are complaining about the card. We had to get used to the card. We used to use
the
tokens.
tokens. So what other things ending? Speaking of tokens, not quite pennies, but as we discussed a few episodes back on this show, pennies are basically they're ending in the sense that they stop producing them. Obviously,
Right.
we're gonna still see pennies for years to come, but they just stopped producing them this year. What else? Show wise, like what's ended? Some of 50 Cent shows have come to an end. No, didn't they? They end one when it
Power
was
or the
Power.
power after something. I
No,
stopped watching after
it's not
the
one of the Power. It's one of those other ones.
something with Kanan. I forgot, but I stopped watching after Power ended. Like I didn't watch the spin-offs.
No, it wasn't a Power show. It wasn't a Power spinoff. It's something else. Deep DB, BBF or BBF or D.
DMF, Black
Okay,
Mafia, Black
yeah, yeah.
something.
That's coming to an end from what I heard. What else? What other things? Um, what
The
has
Stephen Colbert show, the late night show with Stephen
yeah?
Colbert.
What did they end Dubai last year? Or did they end Dubai this year?
I
Dubai.
feel like
Ended,
Real Housewives of Dubai ended last year. Even though I love Chanel Iman, she needs Ayan. Chanel Ayan needs her own like show or like she needs something because she's a
clearly,
great
Bravo loves her because she was at BravoCon as a correspondent. So Bravo loves her. Is just finding something to do with her. It's kind of
yeah.
like Caroline Stanbury. Look at her. She was in Ladies of London that you knew about. Like I never watched that show when it was first airing. You told me about it, and I heard things or whatever. I didn't get into Caroline Stanbury until Dubai started.
Right.
And then as you know, I went back watching old episodes of of London. Um, but you know, Caroline Stanbury, I could tell they love her too because now she's going to be in the next Traders, which is starting in like what a week. That's the good thing about
Thank
the
God. I'm
is
excited for the new year because of all the new shows. RuPaul's Drag Race, which by the way, bitch, did you hear all the tea and all the drama?
Ginger
The
Minj.
drama with Ginger Minch?
It's not in my notes. We could maybe touch on that later, but yes, I did. Yes, I did.
We could touch on that another time. Gagged. Anyway,
She gets a new body and loses half herself, and she don't, and she's playing victim. Um, but
once a toad, always a toad.
listen, and not someone a fan saying, not my Puerto Rican Queen Ginger Minj. I'm like, to
She's
me,
Puerto
Ginger is
Rican.
white. I know she's half Puerto Rican or has some Puerto Rican, but to me, Ginger Minj is. You didn't know that?
No, she don't speak Spanish, so I don't consider that.
She's one of those whitewashed Puerto Ricans, like, and she's not fully Puerto Rican. But yeah,
I
she's
don't
half.
know
She has Puerto Rican. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anywho,
that.
what else? What other monument big things ended in 2025? I feel like there was a lot of other things.
Democracy.
Mhm. But speaking
Anyway,
of 2025, it started popping right after Thanksgiving weekend, and I can't stand when these like replays, like the Spotify year ending, the Apple.
why do you hate it? I think it's so nice. I think
No,
it's
I like it, but wait to at least mid-December. We still have a whole month of December. So how are you saying this is my whole year when we still have December? I feel. But all in all, I do like the replays. I'm obviously an Apple guy. Melanie is a Spotify girl. Men are
Sure.
from Venus and girls are from Mars. Hi, Jerry Holloway.
Girls are from
Back it
Venus.
up. Huh?
Women are from Venus.
Oh, I said men are from Venus. Well, you
You
see
said
that?
girls are from Mars. Women are from Venus. Men are from Mars.
Oh, that's what I meant to say. I said girls and women. Oh, I'm thinking about the girl, the girls.
You think about the dolls, which I'm not a doll, honey.
um, that part. You see, thank you. But I still got the reference. I remember the Jerry Holloway song, "Bag It Up," because men are from Venus and girls are from whatever the hell the lyric goes. You know what song I'm talking about, though, right?
I know that
Bag it
song.
up, don't drop
It
that.
wasn't. It wasn't a banger in my home, but okay.
Anyways, Jerry Holloway, we love that first album. But no, so what was your year on rap? What did yours look like? Who are your top artists, top songs? As I look for mine.
I've memorized mine. My top artist was Bad Bunny, Sade, K Tronada, Don Tolliver, and Victoria Monet. And I think the internet was like number 6, but I'm not surprised because that's what I'd be listening to literally all the time. Um, when it came to genre, what I listened to the most was it was a mix because it was like mostly Latin music, but like if you go into the subgenre, it was reggaeton and then salsa music and then dance music and then R&B. It was a lot. But I'm very consistent because I've literally had the same rearrange in different numerical orders. I've had the same artists. I always have Sade up there. I always have Bad Bunny, and I always have Don Tolliver. But I did listen to a lot of music. I think my number one song that I heard that I listened to the most was obviously All Right by Victoria Monet. But Bad Bunny's number one song that I played the most, I think, was Verdad, I think. Or
Really?
I think it was Verdad or Turista, which is crazy to me because there was a point where I couldn't even listen to that song, but now I can. But yeah, did you find yours yet? How do
I
you
did.
not have
I
yours
was trying to
memorized?
look for also my I was trying to look for YouTube as well because listen, when I'm I work or listen to music at the gym and stuff, on my phone, I'm an Apple Music guy. But when I'm at home, I'm a YouTube guy. As you know, I don't do commercials. I pay for my YouTube. Um, so I am a YouTube guy when I'm at home. It brings me back to my MTV days, the music video, whether I'm watching it or not and just listen to the song. But if I decide to look at the visual, it feels good to look at a visual. It takes me back to MTV again, my heyday. I need YouTube. So I was trying to look through YouTube because I would like to say YouTube will give more of a descriptive thing of
Yeah,
what
it would be
really,
more. It would be more like.
but it's not popping up. It's like 23 is popping up in my email. But I'm gonna go through my Apple Music, and even that didn't is not giving me the descriptive one it gave me a month ago. But song wise, Jade,
Really?
"Fuck You for Now" was my top played song. Again, it's not complete. I can see why. I can see why. And you know me, bitch. When I replay a song, I can have a song replay and loops. We've traveled, so I guess
So
sometimes
annoying.
I song replay and loops, and I could be in the bathroom getting ready, and then the song starts again, and it keeps going. So yeah, "Fuck You for Now" was my top played, followed by "Jealous Type." Makes sense. Bad Bunny, "Baile Inolvidable," Nueva York, number 4, and Voy a Llevarte pa' PR, number 5. But mostly it continued. A lot of Bad Bunny. Some Tate McRae was in my top 10, but mostly Bad Bunny. So the more accurate and on YouTube, it did say it when I seen it a month ago. Bad Bunny was my most played artist on YouTube. So overall this year, Bad Bunny was my obviously most played artist, and the album being DTMF, Debí Tirar Más Fotos. That's a classic. That
That's
album, like it was a representation of like a great year. That's why I think like his album and Bad Bunny, I don't want to give him the credit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like I feel like he set the tone for us in the year we had.
He did, because it took, again, 7 months. We waited 7 whole months from January all the way to August 9th, which was the day of the concert, of the residency. We had that freaking that album on repeat. I don't know. I feel like that album set the tone for the summer. It set the tone for the year, but it also set the tone for the summer. But also, like, now that he's going to perform in the Super Bowl, I had dinner with my boss, and she was like, "Oh, what songs do you think that he's gonna perform during the Super Bowl?" I was like, "Yo, that's a very hard question because he has so many good ones." So we sat down and we literally went through each album, and I told her, "Listen to this one, listen to this one, add this one, add this one." All I know is I don't really want him to share the spotlight with anyone, but if he were to share the spotlight, what song do you consider him performing, and with who? I have one in mind, but I want to know what you're going to say.
Okay. For many, there's a lot of variables to this, so it's like I can see why it could not happen, and it wouldn't make sense because of the drama mama of it all, and the affiliations this feature person has, and whatever with Jay-Z, and especially the performer who performed last year. But someone that pops out, I'm sorry, like will be the song with Drake, Mia.
Really?
I know you're. I'm sure. I'm surprised you're shocked, and I'm sure people are shocked too. For me to say, I'm not a Drake fan like that.
I don't even think that
It
that
makes
song
sense.
was so big. He has two songs with Drake, I think. He has Gently and he has Mia.
Oh yeah, yeah. But Gently was never released as an official single. Mia was, and Mia was played a lot. Mia was a big song. I feel.
I don't think Drake's gonna do it, but
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think he's gonna do it. He's not.
okay, so that's who you think. I'll say who I think. Obviously, I feel like it should be someone Puerto Rican as well, but I feel like it would be very great for me and my fellow Dominicans if he brought out El Alfa, because he has two songs, La Romana, which is very big to this day, and Demagogo.
I like El Alfa. Not all his songs, because a lot of it sounds repetitive. But I do fuck with El Alfa and some of his songs. I really do. I just don't see it. Marketing, I don't know. I just don't see it.
I don't see
I don't think
someone
as marketable. How do
as
I put it?
Drake. I feel like if he, being that he has this platform and so many people are talking shit about him being Puerto Rican and like being Latino, Hispano, whatever, it makes sense for him to bring out another Hispanic. It doesn't, or a Latin artist. It doesn't make sense to bring out Drake.
Oh yeah. Like an artist. It's just I see why your hopes will be an alpha. I hear what you're saying. I just don't think demographic, marketing, even the big people, because there's still people in his ear like, well, do you think that's smart? It's not him only saying, well, I want to do this, I want to do this. I'm sure he has to like also collaborate with the people that be. I just think they'll be like, El Alpha who? Where
Fucked up. I feel like everyone thinks that football is like just a white American sport. You know how I got into football, besides obviously loving McNabb and the Eagles? Because I had a big ass crush on, God rest his soul, Aaron Hernandez, who was Puerto Rican. There's a lot of Hispanic people that love football, and like football is more becoming more mainstream in Latin America, like people of Latin American descent and Hispanic descent. And I feel like everyone thinks that it's just these white people that do the roll tide and all this bullshit that only like football. No, there's a lot of Hispanics that watch football. I know Hispanic people that watch football more and like football more than they like baseball, which is crazy to me. But I don't know. We'll see. What I'm just glad, and I'm just trying to figure out where I'm gonna be during the Super Bowl, because that's gonna be another place that I need to figure out where I'm gonna be.
What you gonna do? Yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to. The
Yeah.
top of the year. I'm telling you, the top of the year is always January is always a slow burn. Not always, but last year definitely was a fucking slow burn. Like I think
Was it?
everyone, we all felt, even people. I'm glad because you know when you think things and you feel things and you're like, but then you start seeing that post and other people saying, feeling the same way you're feeling. You're like, it's not only me. Last year January went by real slow.
Did it?
Yeah, January, February's a short month, so February went, but February was still like, and then that's when it just took off speed, like boom, 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 and then time just started going by quick. But
I feel
January,
like January felt like Groundhog Day to me. Every day was literally the same. So
well, you know what I'm doing again this January, and
dry January.
dry January is coming up, baby.
I'm gonna do it too.
I am doing it. You won't see me drinking a coffee. That's why I'm drinking my coffee.
I'm gonna do it too.
You know, I love my cocks. Keys. But I'm giving them up for the whole month of January. You know, that's what I've been doing. This is what, my 5th year now? My 5th year, 6th year, 5th year doing it. So I'm excited to do it. No drinking.
For a month.
Body for the whole month. For the whole month. Basically, it don't count because like the first, technically you drink because you're drinking New Year's Eve into like the first. So
Right.
I basically do it. It's over for me basically February 2nd.
Right.
I could drink again because I do it from like, you know. So I'm
Have
doing it.
fun.
Yeah, I'm doing that again. But you know what else?
You know what you should do? You should challenge yourself because you're turning. I'm not gonna say how old you're turning, but because this is a monumental year for you, you should challenge yourself and stop drinking from January 2nd to February, like Friday the
I'll go
13th.
away.
Yeah,
Yikes.
I think you should do that. You're gonna be a skinny mini. You're gonna be loose like a goose. You're gonna be
That's the thing. Then I'm gonna be getting drunk like really loosey and goosey quick.
a month is nothing for you. You'll be fine.
But we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of, like we were saying, a lot of things to look forward to in the new year. I feel more February, our month, because January is a slow burn. But you know, that's like we said, the traders is popping off in January. So excited for that. But me being someone who is around a lot of teens and adolescents, and you know, even we had our fads as adolescents and teenagers growing up. So does this new crop. So, what are some of the top slangs, terms teens use in 2025? Are you ready? Do you have an idea of some of the slangs that were the rave with the
The
adolescents?
only one I know, and I still to this day don't know what the fuck it means, is 6'7", and that's because a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old were trying to explain to me what it was.
6'7" basically came from a song
Yeah, I heard the song. I
type
still
thing,
don't get
yeah.
what it means.
And it's just, I guess, I don't want to say like these dumb kids just get hip to everything. Because listen, we were young and dumb, and we were like hip to a lot of shit too, like whatever and loser. And then we used to do it just like with the signs too. And remember, raise the roof. The like
Come on, Wendy Williams.
no, what that was popular and going way before her. Ricky Lake. Remember
Ricky Lake. I love Ricky Lake. She
Raise the
moved back
roof.
to New York.
Yeah, so he has some top 6'7" is one of them, some of the top slangs used in 2025. But here's the list. Delulu. I mean, listen, I feel like teens picked this up and teens trend this, but then we have the adults repeating it and using it. Delulu, Riz, Slay.
I like Riz.
Slay's been being used for a while. Check your gay ancestors, kids. Bussin, Bustin' is old. I feel like Bustin' is very 2021. Brain
Yeah.
Rot. I never heard of that one. Sigma, Eight. She ate. That I hear that. Go, Skibbity. I did hear that a lot. Bet, but bet is something that we've been saying in New York, like is a New York thing. We say that all the time.
Mhm.
6 7, mid, like that's very mid. But I feel like mid's been a word the last few years too. No,
Mid is, yeah, I've
yeah,
said that before.
drip. I feel like drip has also been a word beyond
I
2020.
feel like drip became popular with this song that the Migos came out with.
Yeah, which was a few years old. No cap. I feel like that's been being said before 2025. Flex, I think that's been being said. Sus, that's definitely been being said. So I don't think that's 2025. Vibe, but you know what? Which one I do agree is very 2025, and I'm surprised they're using it like that. And I'm
Right?
like, aura. Yes. Yes. Like, oh, you can't stand my aura. Oh, my aura is blinding you. Like, I'm like, oh,
That's corny. That's like giving. That's like I cannot get behind the whole Grand Rising. First of all, that's fucking weird, and I can't get behind vibration. When
it is.
someone says something is low
There is low
vibrational,
vibrating people and low vibrating things.
true, but I just find those things to be like they're coming from people
Bien
that are
comiendo.
yeah, come
Glow
bien.
up. I feel like glow up has been a word already. Locking in, crashing out. I feel like you kids have been crashing out for a few years now, so I don't think that's very 2025.
No, but crashing out became popular this year.
This
Like
year,
I
yes.
haven't heard that before.
Yeah, yeah. Aura farming. Now that one I haven't heard at all. I have not heard no kids say aura farming. Unk. I've kind of heard
I'm,
that.
I'm offended because
I'm offended. I've had people.
I've been yeah, I dropped this guy so fast because he, I don't know why he thought it was funny to be called like, "Oh, you look like a auntie," or like, "Oh, you look like you ready for an unk." I'm like, "Do you think that that turns me on to want to talk to you? Go away. Suéltame en banda."
And last but not least, let them cook.
Yeah, that's because of Glorilla,
Yeah.
her song.
So we shall see what new words arise in
These
2020.
kids, they keep me so young.
Right? They keep me young, sweetie. Um, but you know what's great going into 2026 and something I enjoyed seeing last week for Christmas and this reunion. And I want to get your thoughts about this on what you think about the whole scenario and stuff about this. But Teresa Giudice and her brother,
Hmm.
Joe Gorga, and his wife, Melissa Gorga, have made amends, have reunited, and spent Christmas Eve at the Gorgas, at Joe and Melissa's. There was a lot of TikToks from all sides, all kids, cousins, everyone doing TikToks and definitely putting it out to the world to see that they're
On
big
display, on display.
family. Um, but all in all, honest to God, for me, I love seeing it. I'm not gonna lie. You know how
Yeah.
I feel about the Melissa. You know how I feel. Listen, I used to love Joe, but I still love Joe. But you know,
You know, I don't really care for Melissa, but at the same time, I don't really hate her either. Like, I don't think she's terrible. Her episode on Wife Swap made me see her differently.
really,
Like she's
I
yeah,
didn't
I
watch
feel
it.
like she is a good mom and like she's very caring and like one of the scenes like she cried because she got so close to the kids and stuff. I don't think she's a bad person. I think when you come into an environment that already has a preconceived notion of you, you're already going to come guns blazing. Not to mention, it's like everyone is you against your family. And I'm kind of glad.
P.S. The wife swipes, they only spent like a day or two the most. It was not
Yeah, I
as
don't
it's,
think that they're going to
they
spend,
did
no,
not
it's probably
sleep
2 days,
and they did not sleep over in the actual house.
as they shouldn't, because ew, what the fuck?
Allegedly. I'll just throw that out there just in case to protect me.
Could you imagine if like something happens and somebody gets frisky or some no.
Yeah.
But I used to watch the original Wife Swap, like not celebrities, and that shit was crazy. Anyway, back to Melissa. I feel like I never want to see families fight and argue and stuff. And like, if they can make amends. Also, the fact that Teresa and Joe don't have parents and they only have each other, the last thing you want to do is like be separate. God forbid, but if like when my siblings, wh- I don't want my mom to ever pass, but like I know obviously that's gonna happen. I don't want to be away apart from my siblings. Well, my favorite is my brother, and he knows it. So,
Um, yes, it was great to see. No, honestly, it was great to see it. I love to see it. I be reading the comments and stuff, and people have their opinions. But listen, I'm happy for them. Some people think it's fake. Some people think it's like, oh, for them to both get back to, Jersey, both sides,
well, take it for us because I don't care as long as New
right?
Jersey
Like,
is back.
yeah, we need Jersey back. Like, we need Jersey back. And I'm afraid we're not going to see Jersey to end of 2026, sadly, or early 2027, to be honest. But all in all, it will be recording this year, so let's just have patience. But you know what else is dropping this year? There's so much monumental birthday age for me, and would you believe,
Hmm.
starting actually on our birthday month? I'm telling you, February is the motherfucking month. We celebrate our 300th episode.
Really?
300. I mean, some will say we already have done over 300 because we've done bonus podcasts and stuff like that. But, official numbered, what is it,
Aired
detailed
on
recorded
Wednesday.
episodes.
Hmm.
Yes, we hit our 300th episode the first week of February, I believe. The first Wednesday of February. First, second. Yeah. That deserves a golf clap. Because often imitated, never duplicated. Some people try to end us and destroy us, but we rise above it
Yep.
all.
Still I rise. All right, Maya Angelou. Um,
It's crazy how we both said two different bitches. You said my Angela, I said Stacy.
I think it's crazy. 300 is a lot, and it doesn't feel like it's been 300. What can I say? Persistence, determination, all that jazz.
Yeah, yeah, 300 episodes. And listen, I sometimes, like we've discussed before, you have your own things. You always want to be the best and grow, but it's the people actually. And I gotta give a shout out to the people I meet, people I talk, people that learn I have a podcast, and then we get into it, and then they hear the amount of episodes and stuff. One thing that I gotta give a shout out to the people, and that the people that keep me going is the people that say, "Wow, shout out to your consistency." I never hear like the negativity, like, "Well, maybe you should be doing this, or maybe that, or maybe like it's uplifting." Like, yo, the fact that you're still going, or I think it's so dope that you're still going, blah blah blah. These are like DMs, people I talk to in person. That feels good. That feels good, and it really shows that in life you just gotta be consistent, no matter how bright you're shining or how big it looks, as long as you continue pushing that consistency, like so yeah. But it's meant for some people, and it's meant, and it clearly shows those who are just in it for the cheap throws of it all. I see ya.
I'm just I'm just happy to be here.
But with that being said, before we end, because we want to boogie woogie woogie, and I gotta fly, put on my Batman suit, bat up, and fly out to my destination. Um, we want to end it with seeing how 2025 ends with five. We want to end it with five things we're leaving behind in 2025.
Can it be 5 people?
If you want to
I'm
people,
kidding.
people,
I'm not gonna do that. That's for the after show. Okay. 5 things I'm leaving behind. I'm just gonna just say like boom, 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 boom. Emotional over explaining. If you know, you know. Romanticizing potential over reality. Um, Overworking as a personality trait. I learned that this year. Like me being busy all the time does not, I don't reward myself that way. Um, Confusing exhaustion with ambition. Being burnt out is not the wave. And the last one is seeking closure from people who can't give it.
Mm. One of the things for me is it's kind of close to the seeking closure that people that can give it is expecting people for to apologize for things that they clearly don't see, even if they should be apologizing and they you know they're in the wrong. You can't force someone to apologize, and why would you want someone to apologize or force them?
On your terms.
That at the end of the day, they don't mean it. So
Right.
that's definitely one thing. Another one is worrying what I can't control.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
that's something that I've heard for years, but it's becoming more prominent as I'm getting older.
Yes.
Um, Destructive behaviors, um, and this is more introspective me myself, that I've had, you know, and think and things that when I say destructive, it things that it could be many things, but things that maybe make me not, whether it's drinking. Hey, listen, sometimes when we drunk, we know we say some fucked up shit or whatever. So that's what I mean, destructive behaviors, as an example. Destructive behaviors, the days of not controlling my emotions. This has been something on top of my piece at the beginning of the year, but as the year went on and is going into 2026, is more prominent for me, and it's something that I'm working very hard. I'm not perfect because we're all humans at the end of the day, but controlling my emotions, because what is it that you say, Miss Dang?
My response is my responsibility.
Hmm. So that's something that I definitely try to remember. And honest to God, as corny as it sounds, even that quote, like I try to remember along, like control, control, control yourself.
If I
Um,
were to ever get a tattoo, it would probably be that. Somewhere no one can see it, but obviously, like, as a fucking reminder. My response is my responsibility. If I respond to something in a manner that I'm going to regret later on, who's at fault? Like, the only person responsible is going to be me. Now, does that mean that you have to, just to piggyback from what you said, I'm learning that you don't need to say things right off the cuff. Like, you can take your sweet ass time,
I mean,
push pause, and then decide when the time is right. You don't need to say, like, you don't need to have word vomit. You don't need to have a conversation right then and now.
mhm.
Sometimes, hell, you don't even need to have a conversation. So that's something that I had to learn this year the hard way, but I'm glad because everything happens for a reason. And as corny and as cliche as that sounds, things happen because there's either a good route or a bad route. You could take it and learn from it, or you could take it, not apply it, and just like keep being the way that you are. You're gonna find the same like pattern again and again.
Yeah. And last,
Think hard.
honestly, and this sounds bad, and I think I've kind of said this before too, but and it's not saying that you can't be there for people, but not making, being okay that you're not readily and steadily available so quick to people's needs.
Yeah.
And when I say this, it's not that you can't be a good, like your friend is going through some shit and you can't pick up, you know, and be there. I'm not saying that, but using discernment and picking and choosing when you're going to, I guess, lend your energy to certain things, if that makes
Mhm.
any sense.
Yeah.
Um, we all go through different things. We all go, are in different walks of life, just situations, and you never know what your energy and what you're bringing, how it could impact someone else. So
Yeah.
you, as that person, protecting yourself and choosing to kind of be like, listen, I sympathize, but I just right now, for my being, I can't put myself there, and that's one of the things. Being okay with that,
Right.
or leaving behind the guilt of necessarily not. I don't want to say not being there because that sounds bad. It's not. That's not what I mean. Do you get what I'm saying?
I
But
get what you're saying, and I think that you also have to have some sort of like boundary when it comes to you, because if you over exacerbate yourself too much for everyone, then you have no energy and like nothing to provide for yourself. One something that I said that was similar was I want to leave behind guilt for having big feelings. If I feel a way about something and I consider it to be a big issue for me, and I feel like the person is dismissing my feelings, there's like there it was given to the wrong person. You're clearly not Your emotional threshold is not high enough for me to even engage in conversation with you. So people like that, you can't waste your time.
yeah, it's kind
Now,
of,
um, I was gonna say, from going from that, what is your, I mean, it's cliche, but what is your New Year's resolution?
and I feel like we come every year we at this point on this episode where we ask this, and then we're like, or me speaking for myself, like, what is it?
I'll tell you mine while you think of
Go
yours.
ahead. Go ahead.
My New Year's resolution for 2026 is to be a little bit more social and to try to make time to hang out with people that I want to hang out with, or like people that have tried to hang out with me. Um I also feel like I want to open up my circle a little bit more, in the sense where like I don't want to just have the expectation of hanging out with the same people. Not saying I'm replacing my best friend tomorrow. I'm not saying that. It's just I work in a very social setting, and networking is everything, but I feel like I only focus on doing those things while I'm at work and not actually in my personal life. And I do feel that I have a lot of friends and like people around me that I'm like, you're such a good vibe. Like, why haven't we went out for drinks? Why haven't we like hung out or gone to a game? And I've had people reach out to me wanting to do the same. So I'm going to lean into that this year,
Mhm.
and hopefully, friendships come like they get stronger that way.
I think pretty much similar to what you're saying, but for me, and this is already something I've kind of put to work the last 2 3 months. Whether in a relationship or not in a relationship, I'm still my own individualized person. I cannot get lost in a relationship. I will not get lost in a relationship. I'm still my own individual person with my own pursuits, with my own dreams, with my own goals, and just making sure that I keep that in mind and in the forefront with just whether it's events or things or opportunities I get, and not always feeling like I need my partner around for certain things or always choosing to be around my partner. This is things I've done in the past. Um, Even way younger, it's not necessarily with a certain boyfriend, and I think or partner. And I feel the tide's changing for how I used to move before versus where I'm going. So I want to keep that alive for 2026.
Love that for you.
Yes. But with that being said, we want to get into Melanie wants to get into her jammies and watch Andy and Anderson. Um, I want to spin around like Wonder Woman and be in a new outfit and be in a new state. But we want to thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us this year. And since the year of our inception in 2020, we're going into 2026, celebrating 300 episodes at the top of February. So once again, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys, and we wish you guys nothing but blessings, health, love, and prosperity. Anything else you have for our circle friends on this New
Happy
Year?
New Year.
Happy New Year! Adios.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, everything the Inner Circle podcast, and catch us every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook.